ctv.ca or send them on our Facebook page, CTV Ottawa Morning Live. Colleen, good morning.
Good morning.
You made it.
We did. Barely, but we made it.
We made it. Okay, let's chat about the real estate market today, the middle of February. Is it still strong at this time in snowstorms?
Surprisingly, the market is one that we haven't seen in a couple of decades. So the market right now is a strong one, and yet it's what we refer to as a seller's market. Mm-hmm. So what does a seller's market mean, basically? And in a seller's market, we have low inventory but high demand. Okay. You know, just like any rule of thumb, if there is low supply, the demand gets thrown off. Yeah. So there are a lot of people out there right now who are very frustrated with a seller's market. And what we're finding is it's a tug and pull, right? So there's very high frustration in a seller's market, and today we'll be talking about in future segments today we'll be talking about what it means to be in a buyer for a seller's market, what it means to be a seller in a seller's market. But what we're finding right now is that with low inventory, everybody's kind of in hold mode, where sellers aren't selling because they can't find something to buy, buyers aren't selling, aren't moving around. So we're really in a very time where no one wants to move, but everybody does.
Right. I get it. It's kind of like we're in a freeze mode.
Very much so.
Until somebody starts budging and the movement starts moving again. But we typically in Ottawa do well throughout even the winter months. Even if it is a little bit slower, people can still list at this time of year?
And I'm very much encouraging people, if you're considering selling this year, do it now. You will probably end up in multiple offer. Do not wait, because when we look at the spring market, yes, it's nice and you have a great backyard and you can show off the pool and the perennials. Mm-hmm. Yet right now there aren't enough homes on the market for people who are looking. Currently my team was working with a buyer, and we had to write 12 offers before we got her a home.
Wow.
So it's one of those things that I'm strongly would love to send a message to all our viewers today. List your home, and list your home now, because even though the weather is not that great today, the market is exceptionally strong.
Yeah, people are still looking.
Very
and therefore,
so.
Like you say, it's a seller's market, so
Yes.
There's no reason to hold back.
No, there is, and there's not. And for those who are thinking, well, I'm just going to wait for the spring, then you have more competition.
Right.
So with no competition, as we'll talk about in a couple of segments, is the fact that some of the advantages of being a seller in a seller's market. But I strongly encourage anybody who is looking at selling this year, talk to your realtor, talk to a professional, and really get some advice about getting your home on the market sooner rather than later.
You don't anticipate it staying the way it is right now, do you?
We don't actually. We always find, and we could be wrong, but we find that every election year things have a tendency to fizzle down a bit.
Yeah.
So as we approach the fall, which in the past has been kind of spring 2.0 kind of market.
Yeah.
We don't expect it to remain that way, because being a government town with a federal election on our heels, it may slow down as we get closer to October.
People usually kind of sit still and just wait to see what happens.
Exactly.
With that. Okay, interesting stuff. So we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to be talking about what a seller's market means for, like Colleen said, for that seller, but for the buyer as well, and why you shouldn't be waiting anymore. Why now is a great time to be listing your home, or buying that home too, if you can find what you're looking for. There's the information for Colleen Lyle, real estate. She's